Hi, I'm Emily Blinsky from the 60 Quick Nicks blog, and today I am going to show you how to make a tassel. I decided to make a video instead of writing it because I felt this would be an easier way to show everybody how to make a tassel. Just two things before I start. One, in case you haven't noticed, my room is really dirty. This is really the only place I could get away with making a video in my room, in my house. So, as I used to live with my parents. So I apologize for the dirtiness of my room. Number two, you'll notice that I am in a really pretty dress. It's New Year's Eve and I'm waiting for my date to pick me up. So I am making this video. So as you can see here, my lion scarf, I believe this is project number 8, has some tassels, but tassels are pretty big. So a couple of tips with tassels. One, cut your tassels ahead of time. The 60 Quick Knits book says that you were supposed to cut 5 inches. Well, I am going to say you don't need to cut 5 inches because you cut about half of that off, actually. So what I would recommend is just cutting maybe about this much. You don't really need a lot of tassel. Too many times I've seen people cut these huge tassels so they have more room to cut it down, and in reality just do a better job measuring and cutting and then you'll be fine. So I'm just gonna cut some tassels here, and a little bit about the creation of the lion scarf. I did not find any airs in the pattern. I found it to be a nice relaxing knit. Sometimes I got confused because I'm used to ribbing and not necessarily doing the seed stitch. So sometimes I found myself ribbing and I had to take it out. But for the most part, I really didn't have a problem with the scarf. I used Cascade 220 Superwash, which I found to be really nice. It was soft, it's durable, but a lot of people in Rav didn't really care for it. They said it's stretchy and then it shapes to the way you pull it. But I didn't really find that to be a problem. I felt it was a nice, just solid color and whatnot. The yarn that I'm using for the mane, I really can't tell you where I got it from. Well, I can tell you where I got it from. It was my friend Zoe's closet, but I don't know where she got the yarn. I do know the yarn is 100% wool, which is kind of defeats the purpose of using superwash, but that's quite alright. So I'm just about done with making some cuts. Okay, my tail's got a little long again. So I have a whole bunch of these. Now, the pattern says to take 3 at a time and hook them in. Because I'm like, I have this much yarn left and I have this much left. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do 2 at a time. So I'm taking 2 strands. And I'm going to do this the best I can. As you see here, you just poke a hole where you want it. And I'm poking it a little bit further away on purpose because, like I said, I don't have a lot of yarn left. I'm pulling it so it's hooked like this, and then pulling it through, leaving a loop, and then just making sure. So you're like this, and then knit tight, like a knot, like that. And you have another tassel. I'll do that again. In this case, too, if you plan right, unlike me, you'll definitely cut and have more full mane. And then you just loop it through like that. Pull. And then tie your knot. So I have a little bit of a space. I just want to be able to get this all the way around, so I'm not, like I said, going to be too picky. it's really thick over here. It'll be a little off kilter. Now when you're done, no, clearly I'm not done, but I'm going to do it for now anyways because I'm going to need the yarn, is you just trim it. They don't really give you, I think, a specific length, so you just take your scissors. So you lay it out like this. I'm going to see if I can tilt my camera. You can see that, yep. So you have your strands here. You can see that. And you just take it and then you just start cutting if my scissors will let me cut. Yep. So see how short that is? And then I have all of this extra yarn that I can use for tassels. Like I said, I don't know why they tell you to use so much when you're cutting so much off. So I'm just going to keep cutting around. This is probably my favorite part, is to cut. And I think they tell you to do it so long so then you have enough in case you don't cut it right. But I think that if you just carefully plan how you do this, then it'll be okay. So I'll tilt my camera back up here. This is now what the lion scarf looks like. So definitely a lot more closer to the actual artwork. And I have all of this now to use for my little part. Oops, I missed a couple strands. So there you have it. That is how you add a tassel to some of the actual scarf. So I hope that this video helped, or if you knew how to do a tassel, this was just a nice entertaining video for you to watch. So thank you, and I hope you have a happy new year.